Hello awesome people and welcome to a new game on the channel called Oxygen Not Included. This game is basically a survival base building game, and I have to say this from the start, I'm not an expert at this. I've played this for about an hour. I think it's a very cool game, and I want to show you guys a bit of the game. It's been out of release for a little bit now, but I think it's a very cool game, and some of you guys have actually requested me to play this. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a test series on this, which means we're going to do a few episodes, see what you guys think of it. If you like it enough, then we will keep on playing the series. Which basically means is if you want this game to stay on the channel, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, share the video, make sure that enough people will like it so that we can actually continue on with the game. I don't mind continuing on because I think it's a very cool game, but that being said, I still have a lot to learn. So if you're looking for expert moves or tips and tricks, then you're probably at the wrong video. I'm sorry for that. But that being said, if you want to help me out, then thank you a lot. The comment section is always a great place to start with that. But you could also go to the Discord server. The link is down in the description of every video, and that's a bit easier to explain stuff to me, and I can ask questions to you guys and everything. So that's a bit better, and also we just have a very cool community there, so it's always fun to join. Now, that being said, what we're going to do today is we're going to start up the base, if you don't know this game, the game is basically you are crash landing into an asteroid, and for some reason, I don't really know the lore of the game. Like I said, I've just been playing an hour, but for some reason you are inside this asteroid, so you're basically inside a huge lump of rock. You have to build a base. You have to make sure that your minions, called dupes, survive. Duplicates, dupes, they have to survive. So you have to make sure that they have enough oxygen, because basically you're inside a big stone rock, basically. So you have to make sure that they have oxygen, you have to make sure that they have water, you have to make sure that they don't get sick, that they have enough food. It's basically a survival base building, and the end goal of this of the game is basically to get out of the asteroid and to get off the asteroid by building a spaceship. At least that's what I sort of understand about the game right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a new game. We have the choice about no sweat, which is basically a sandbox mode sort of, or survival. We're going to play on survival, and then we get a chance about a whole load of asteroids. We're going to start with the easy one, the first one, named Terra, a promising location with a balanced variety of resources. Terra meets all the requirements for duplicant life and holds no surprises. It's an ideal location for our first attempt at establishing a colony. That actually sounds very good for us, because what's this little box over here? You can't click on it. I've never seen that before, but that's okay. But the survival chance is ideal. This seems like a good one for us to start off with. I'm gonna randomize this a little bit, and bam, that's it. If you want to play along, then that's the seat we will be taking, so you can just pause the video and copy that. So let's do that. We're gonna take a look at game settings, by the way, just to show you guys. I will leave everything at the default. So disease default, morale default, stress and hunger all default. You can change this if you want the people to get hungry more often or more sooner, basically. So that's a thing. Care packages, yeah, we'll leave that on. I will also explain stuff when we are actually playing, or I have to learn it with you guys. And we have stress reactions. We're not going to play sandbox mode. We want to do the research and everything, because you also have to do research. So that being said, let's start the game. So we will now be loading up our asteroid, and we will be setting up a total of 3 dupes with who we actually start. And I have sort of a starting set in mind, because they have certain abilities, they have certain things they do like and they dislike. So if the game is actually done loading, I will show you this. Yes, so this is our starting screen. This is where we actually basically choose our guys, so we can re-roll these a number of times. We don't have to really worry about. They have skills and everything. They have traits. So green is positive traits, red is negative traits. We have to sort of work around with all these things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my initial setup, basically, the thing I have in mind. And I will be back and showing you guys what I have in mind once that's all done, because that can actually take a while to re-roll all the ones that I really want to. So I will see you when we're back. And welcome back, guys. These are our 3 dupes of which we will start the game. Our colony is going to be called Hiptopia, and we have 3 dupes. Basically, we have a digger, because digging is important because you have to dig out the rock to make rooms and everything and to get resources. We have a digger who is called Findas. Findas is actually, he deserves a shout out because he's one of our newest Patreons. So thank you so much for supporting the channel, Findas, and you're straight into the game with your name. So all the people here, by the way, I have to say, are renamed after Patreons. I still have a few more on the list, so if we get some more, they will be renamed to other Patreons. But if you want your name in the game, please make sure to leave to check out the link in the description of the video. There's a link to the Patreon page. There are lots of cool rewards to be gotten by you guys for some extra support of the channel, of which one of them is that you get your name chosen to be put into the games that we play, and that means every game that we play, as long as we can rename stuff, of course. But yeah, Findas is our digger. He also has an interest in digging, which means that if he learns digging skills, he will get +1 morale. I'm not entirely sure what morale does, but you know, extra morale is always good. Plus, it gives him +7 skill in excavation, so it basically makes him straight up a very good digger. And also a better attacker, apparently, because attack damage goes up, which is fine. His trait is Mole Hands, which increases excavation, so we get another +3 to excavation. So he has a +10 in excavation in total, so he's a very good digger. But he's also Yoko. I think that's how you say it. This duplicant isn't the brightest star in the solar system, which means he cannot do researching errands. But that is not going to be a problem because our next guy is a researcher, a dedicated researcher. You also have stress reactions, which means that if they get under too much stress, they will react in a certain way. This guy is an ugly crier, so if he gets too much stressed out, he will start crying basically all over the place. But he also can get an overjoyed response. So in this case, he's a sticker bomber, which means that he will spontaneously redecorate a room because they're overjoyed. This means that they're very happy. They will do stuff like this. So it's a small bonus or a small negative thing that can happen periodically if you don't pay enough attention to them. So the next guy is going to be Brandon Crump, another patron of ours. He's going to be our researcher. He has researching +7 in science, which makes him faster at research and also faster at skill leveling. He's a quick learner, so he's increased science, so another +3 science, so again 10 science in total. And biohazardous, which means he has a decreased germ resistance. That basically means that he gets sick earlier and more often. His stress reaction is a vomiter, so he will vomit all the place up when he's stressed. And he's a balloon artist when he's overjoyed, which means that he hands out balloons and make other people more happy, basically. Our last girl, I should say, is Amber Zach, also a Patreon. She is our builder. She has a +7 in construction as an interest in building. She's uncultured, has simply no appreciation for the arts, which gives her an increased decor morale bonus. This is when we are going to decorate our rooms. This is going to be becoming handy, but it also means that she cannot do decorating errands. Actually, that's a bit of a weird trait. I thought it was another trait, but that's okay. But we'll use this. So basically, yeah, she's kind of uncultured. She's also Yoko. I'm not sure how to pronounce this. So she cannot do research, but again, that is not a problem because we have a dedicated researcher in Brandon Crump. She's also a vomiter if she gets under too much stress, and if she's overjoyed, she becomes super productive, which is a very good trait. I think, even with my bare minimum knowledge of the game, I think that is a very good trait. So let's go on. Let's go up to Hiptopia and let's embark, and let's see what type of well, colony we can build. So I've awoken at the target location, but colonization efforts have already hit a hitch. I was supposed to land on the planet's surface, but became trapped many miles underground instead. Although the conditions are not ideal, it's imperative that I establish a colony here and begin mounting efforts to escape. Let's begin. So let's pause the game for a sec and let's explain what's happening here. So basically, let's pop this open. So this is our research list. You can see we have 16,000 kilocalories of food. We can also see that bug over here. We can go fast or less fast with our speed. Basically, it's very simple. Here you will get messages of, you know, something like help. So like we have no oxygen generator built, which we will need if we need some oxygen. We have different map overlays, so we can see here we have oxygen here, but for instance over here this red stuff is unbreathable. We have also barely breathable, but for now the most is oxygen. But our dupes will start taking up oxygen, of course, when they are here. Basically they need to breathe. We also have power overlay, which will come later. We have a temperature overlay. It seems like here is a little bit hot, and this is all temperate, which is basically good. and here it gets hotter again. Here seems to be a little cold spot. So this will all come into play a little bit later on. I'm sorry, when we will actually be a little bit further into the game. Now we also see a lot of rocks. So we have like this, like oxalite. This type of rock will actually extort oxygen. But we also have things like sandstone. We have things like algae. We have water over here. We have copper ore. So that's all stuff that we need. And this is our printing pod. Every 2.5 cycles, or at least for now 2.5 cycles, we will get basically a way of printing something. So we can print another dupe. We will get a choice about with a few dupes, or we can print like a care package, which means that we can get some extra resources. I will show all of that once we are there. But yeah, let's start out. First things first, let's make sure that our peeps can actually do what they need to be doing. Let's actually start with priorities. So this is very much like RimWorld. If you know that game, you can set priorities of which people should do first or have higher priority. So let's say that Findas is a pretty good attacker. That we can see that by the sort of purple thingy. So let's make it a high priority for him. So very high priority. If someone needs to be attacked, if something needs to be attacked, Findas will jump on it straight away. If we need digging, then Findas is also the high priority because he's a very good digger. Research, we're going to say that no one does research except for Brendan Crump, and that's a very high priority. So if there's any research to be done, Brendan Crump is going to go at it. So building, we will do the same thing here, but I will allow others to build, I will allow others to dig, but research is a thing that, is quite, it's kind of a thing that you want a dedicated guy doing, in my opinion. So that being said, now let's go and dig out some stuff. So this is all oxygen, like we saw over here. This is all oxygen. We have some sort of floating lights here, which are called shine bugs. I believe those shine bugs are quite nice because they light up rooms and everything, so they give a little bit of morale, basically, in the sense that it looks a little bit nicer. And we have some food over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to dig out this little area, and we're going to see what we can use over here, basically. After that, we will also start digging down, I guess. So in that case, what we're going to do is no, let's actually dig out a little bit over here first. Let's widen our area that we're playing with. So we're gonna go full speed ahead. We're gonna unpause, and our peeps are gonna go and dig out these little areas. Ooh, are you stuck there? Findas seems to be stuck. They can't jump down, they can't climb up a few. There's a few rules, but we also have ladders, which is also great. So let's go up and build a ladder. Now that we have a ladder, Findas can come down. And this is all filled with oxygen, so we have enough oxygen. That is very good. So what we can also set now is that we will harvest all of these plants. So that means that we will harvest them and get some food from them. As you can see, Amberzak is now harvesting them, and there's now some muckroot, which is the name of the plant, and she will dump it in here, which is our ration blocks. And we will have 800 more calories than what we started with. So that's important to note and to take care of. Now, we are basically breaking this wall up a little bit and seeing what we can do. Now that's done. They seem to be a little bit cold, it seems. But we will fix that in a moment. What we need to do now is, first things first, what I want to do is, in this first cycle, so basically our first day, once this is filled up, it will be our first day, and then we'll go to sleep basically at some point. I want to have toilets. I want to have like a toilet room, and I want to have some water. In order to do so, we will need to have a way to this water. And what I'm thinking right now is, if we place plumbing, if we place a pitcher pump, because this is the way how you get water basically out of this water hole, I should say, probably. And we'll put a ladder down here. That should work. And that should make it actually what I'm going to do right now. And this is something I learned from experience. Is we will place this and get rid of this, uproot this one, and we will start working on this. Uproot it, please. Thank you. Start getting that. Get rid of that one, and we will place another little tile over here. Now, why am I doing this? If some of our peeps get stressed out and they start crying or they start vomiting, even worse, that vomit can go down here into the water, and our water will be contaminated, which is very, very bad, of course. So we don't want that to happen. So that's as far as I got. It happened to me before that they sort of started peeing on the floor and it went into the water and we had a problem. So that I don't want that again. So we will be working on that. So next step, let's start digging a little bit more. So let's start digging to this side a little bit more. And what we will do is we will start making rooms. So sleeping rooms and toilet rooms basically in there. We have to see, because this is gonna fall down maybe. We have to watch out for that. Some, like sand will fall down if there's nothing underneath. Let's not get rid of this oxalite yet, because if you dig this away, you will get a sort of block of oxygen. But for now, it's just, it will go away at its own pace. Because if this is done, you will see the kilograms, the second point basically where we're standing right now, will go down. Once that's empty, the oxalite is basically burned up and you can't get anything anymore from it. So this is going to be our room. What we will do for now is we will go into plumbing. We will build an outhouse. Now, because we have 3 guys, I'm thinking we probably should have 3 toilets, right? So 1, 2, 3 3 outhouses. And we also need some way for them to clean, because sickness is a thing in this game. So we will put in some wash basins, and we will do that. We will leave 1 opening there, and they will start building this. Now, what's a very good idea is to hopefully get a pneumatic door. We will need metal ore for that, so we need to dig down some metal ore. Where is some metal ore? That's soil. This is sandstone. Do we have metal ore? I don't, again, I haven't played this a lot, so I have to see what's metal ore and what's not. This seems like copper ore. I think that might be it. We have that somewhere else. We have a little bit over here. Maybe we don't need a door straight away. I want to have this set up. So cool thing about this is also you can watch videos right here, and you will see how they will move. So let's watch one together, okay? So it's 2 tiles away. He can't move over that. But if we move it over and it's 1 tile away, well, they will jump over it. I love this style of tutorials. It's funny. The style of the game is funny, by the way. It's the art. I love it. It's very funny. And there we have, yeah, the little shine bug. It's too up, so he can go underneath that, but yeah, well, he can't go there. It's such a funny way of doing your tutorials, but it is amazing. It's very cool. I love this. I love the fact that you can do this, and you have videos for most things, which is very, very cool. Okay, let's do some priorities. So these need to be filled up and need to be cleaned. So let's do a priority of 8, so that is high on the priority list. Once these are finished, we will do the same thing, because these need to be filled with water, which we can pump from here, so that's not a problem. We have water. But also, let's set out a priority 8, so they always will be filled up and cleaned. Now, we see a bit of an arrow over here. This is basically when they wash their hands. If they set to this one, they will wash their hands. If they're dirty, they will wash their hands going that way, but they will also wash their hands if they're going that way. Now, for now, we don't need them to wash their hands when they're going to the outhouse. We only need them to wash their hands if they're dirty, if they go back out. So for now, we can set this to that direction, and that direction. And that's totally fine. Now, they need to fill this up with water, and whilst they're doing that, we are gonna sit down and basically, let's start working on our tiles. So let's start working on just making this entire tile area. The tiles are a little bit cleaner, give a bit more decoration bonus basically, so they make their peeps happier. I should say dupes, by the way, not peeps. And we also have gained some more food, which is also nice, because that's one of our first concerns too. We need to have this so that we don't spoil our water, and that they can actually go to the toilet, and like they are doing right now. And now they're eating. We need to start doing this, make this a little bit better basically, and then we start making rooms for them where they can sleep. Talking about rooms, we have a room overlay. As you can see, it's all grayed out, so it basically it has no effect. But other rooms, if you build, for example, a let's see, a barracks, because that's what we're gonna do. We need at least a single bed, no machinery in there, and it has a minimum and maximum tile size, basically. And if you build this, you will get a morale bonus of +1 for all the peeps in the colony, which is very good because morale is important. You know, it makes them happier, it makes them work harder, I think. And I think it also has something to do with the skills, because they can learn skills. And I think that the more skills they learn, the more morale you will actually need them to have to not be stressed out. I think that's kind of how it works. The colony requires a food source, no oxygen. And we're working on a default schedule. That's also a thing. You can set a schedule so you can make this like we can make them work, or we can give them some extra downtime or bedtime or whatever. But for now, we don't really have them, you know, to do anything. It's just a normal schedule for now. So they're done with all of this. It's tiled up. So let's actually start working on this area. Wait, actually, let's tile this up too to make sure that it's actually a bit better protected. And then we have to start thinking about what we are going to do for bedrooms. So they're almost done with that. Let's plan out the bedrooms. Do we want to go down? Because then we're going to go be very close to this water tile, basically. But there is oxygen over there. There is oxygen. There is some unbreathable gas. By the way, oxygen will actually go up. So oxygen is less heavy than carbon dioxide, for instance, so it will move up. So if we would drill a hole down here, the oxygen will slowly move up towards this place. That's a good thing to notice. This is breathable, but not very breathable, but it will spread. The oxygen will spread there at some point. So I think this is a good area to start building our rooms. So what we will be doing is we will start digging this out. So we will need a height of 4, I guess. Let's start digging this out entirely. I think we can dig the entirety of this out, basically. We can spread the water. If we dig like too low, it will spread out, so our resources are going down the drain. But for now, what we could do, we could make like actually, we can't get a pneumatic door yet. But what we can do is we can get a ladder, which is a very good idea at this point. So let's get a ladder down in this area, I think. No, actually, if we put a door like right here, then we will need a ladder right here. And we will build one up too. And we will deconstruct that little tile so that we can put a ladder down there too. Boom, let's put a ladder there. And now they can move up and down, which is good, because now they can start moving down and start digging this stuff out. And we have to build tiles over here so that this won't, you know, be flooded, basically. So that's what we're gonna do next. What are you doing? Uproot errand. We need to uproot this. Oh well, we don't really have to. We can do it, but it's not really, you know, cancel that. We don't really need to do that. It's a bit of extra food, but you know, let's just leave it there for now. So they're working hard on this. They're digging their stuff out. Let's see. Can we get some chromatic doors in? We can. We have some extra copper ores now, so we don't have to worry. So let's put 2 chromatic doors. I'm putting 2 in there because this will help the airflow, but it's still closed off, so it means there's still a room. So if we look over here, this is now set as a latrine, which basically gives us +1 morale. So that's now set automatically as a latrine, which is very cool. They're done with the digging. They can't get there, so that's a thing. We don't have to dig. What we want to do. We want to start building tiles here. Because this is 4 high, yeah, that's basically what I want. So we will need to start building tiles here. And yeah, at this point we have to start uprooting them. So let's dig them out. Let's actually dig that one out too, because that is going to be blocked off. So we will start doing that, and once that is done, there's a little egg down here. I think it's a shinebug egg. So one of those shinebugs have basically given birth to an egg. Well, not to an egg, but you know what I mean. We can actually probably dig this down too. Now that we're here, we can probably dig that away too. So they're working on it now. We could also go for a bedroom over here, but I think this will be better for storage in the middle. And go for the bedroom over here. I think that will be better. Now that they have done this, we can start putting our tiles in right here. It's very good. We have some oxalate going over here, so that will fill up this little hole with oxygen. Let's actually see how our oxygen is doing. We do have a few things that are not breathable, but most of it is just very breathable, which is very good. We have to keep an eye on this. And how are we temperature-wise? We're still all in the temperate area, which is good. I'm thinking maybe over here, so up top here, we will start building our farms for our food later on. They're sleeping. Oh, we have some. Oh, these guys are cool. These are called. These are called. Can we click on them? Oh, okay, I can't find them. Okay, can we? These are called hatches. Those are friendly animals. They won't attack you, but they will eat some of the resources. And I think they're what they actually do with it, I don't really know. But I do believe properties. Maybe we can see something here. Genetic ooze. I don't know. I do believe that they are fine. You can have them in your base. I don't really know what they do. So if you do know, then leave a comment. Because I'm very interested to get to know, you know, lots about. Oh no. Cancel. Wait. Cancel this build. Don't do that. Yeah. Now you can actually build the tile. Because otherwise Embersack was you know, basically built in. So let's finish that last little bit. We're cycle free, so it means that we're almost done. We can almost get a new dupe, or we can get some resources. I'm not gonna get dupes every single time because dupes cost food and everything, and you have to think about all of that. So for now, what we will do, we will basically make a simple barracks. For now, they will get their individual rooms later on, but for now, we will go to furniture. We have a cot, so what we could do is we could just build a cot like that, and we will have. Probably do it like this. This is not the best, you know, space-wise. It's not the most efficient thing because we will have doors in the middle here. I will show you. But we will have doors over here. So this is going to be one room, and then we can have one room over here, and then we can basically have. Well, actually, we don't need to build those yet. That can be just a wall. So for now, let's do actually this, and start working on this. And we can do basically the same thing over here. And what we will do is we will actually start building tiles right here. If we can. We can't reach most of that, but that's okay. So we will dig this out and we will dig that out. And that will be fine. These will be built, and then we have some bedrooms for them, which will make them a little bit happier. That is also fine. Can we sweep the floor? Where is it? Is it sweep, right? It's capture critters. It's no sweep. Do we have to have move debris? K? The storage? No. Mob. Attack poor wild critters. Capture critters. Harvest plants. Extract pipe. We should be able to sweep. Which means that you pick up all the stuff from the ground. Because we have some things lying around here. Like this mealwood seed. We can sweep it. And then they will pick it up, hopefully. Oh, we don't have any containers. That's the thing. Oh, okay. And if we check this now, by the way, we see that we have 2 little barracks, which also give +1 morale each, which is very good. So that we have that little bit right there now, which is amazing. Now, next step is probably some storage over here. So we have some places to store, and then we will probably start building farms up here. Although these guys are also starting to build over here, which is probably a good idea. Just make these tiles work. We can't reach these areas now, but we will start digging this out in the future, so we will then have that one. For now, let's start building storage. So base, I think it's over here. Yeah, storage bins. Should we put, yeah, I think we should put in some doors right here and right here. And then in the middle, we will put in some storage bins. So just a little bit of storage so that we can put our stuff away if we need to. They are still working a little bit on the tiles, a little bit more, which is fine, totally fine. Call the achievement earned. What's that? What did we earn? We did earn something. Bed and bath. Have at least 1 toilet in the colony and a bed for every duplicant. Awesome. Return to game. That's not that important. That's not that that cool that we actually did that. That's something quite normal actually. For now, storage. We're gonna set this one to sweep only, and this one to sweep only. And this one will be set to all. And we will store, we will have some that will store a lot of crap, probably. But for now, I want people to sweep all the stuff. And we have our first new duplicant, probably. Choose, so we can now choose out of a total of 3 duplicants, or we can go for blossom seeds, which is actually pretty nice. We can plant these and then farm them. But what type of dupes do we have? So we have Devon, which you obviously rename if we take these guys on. You have ranching, operating, that could be handy, I think. You have operating and machinery here, that's pretty good. But you cannot do research, but that's not bad because we have a researcher. Food poisoning, germ resistance. But you are destructive, which is one of the worst traits, I think, if you get stressed. But you are super productive, which is one of the best, in my opinion. So we could go for you, and it means that we have 1 extra dupe that can actually do stuff, which I think is handy. I think we're gonna go for it. Nisbet, we're gonna rename you. First of all, we're gonna rename you to one of our patrons, which let's rename you to Otarai, which is one of our patrons, like I said, and we're gonna go and print you, and boom, there you are. Now we probably need some more outhouses at some point, but that's okay. We will make it work. But there you are. So let's take a look at your not schedule. Let's take a look at what priorities. That was what I was going for. Operating. You are definitely the one who needs to operate. And that's basically what you're best at. So you are also kind of good in ranching, so let's give you that one too. So we now have 4 dupes, which is amazing. We have 4 bats, so we don't have to have another bat right now. We can also go skills. Let's see. So Otarai, you come with a skill point. We can give you improved tinkering, which makes your operating even better. You are a good operator, so we're gonna go for that one. So you have improved tinkering right now. And that will make it a lot better. But guys, this is going to be the end of this episode. I hope you have enjoyed. It's a long one at the first one. But yeah, make sure to leave a like if you like the game, if you want to see more of it on the channel, because that means a whole lot when we start up a new game on the channel. With that being said, leave a like, leave a comment, make sure to subscribe if you haven't. And as always, I've been Hipbone, you've been yourself. Thanks for being awesome, and thanks for watching.